What if the end of time was not a bang, but a whisper? What if the universe did not crash into a fiery finale, but simply stopped? For millennia, we looked to the stars and asked how it all began, but rarely did we ask, how does it end? This is the story of that day. The last day of our species. It was not chaos or fear, but a quiet, collective understanding. Science had predicted it, but no one could truly prepare for the great unraveling. Our species, Homo sapiens, had reached its natural endpoint. There was no panic, no desperate attempt to reverse fate. Instead, there was acceptance. Their mission was not to save humanity, but to archive it. The end was not a tragedy, but a fulfillment. To leave behind a record, a legacy, a whisper in the dark. This is how we face the end. On the final day, the world experienced a silence deeper than any before. The hum of civilization faded, traffic slowed, digital chatter ceased. People simply chose to gather, families, friends, communities, sharing presence, not words. Animals emerged, nature reclaiming its space with gentle patience. The planet was preparing to be alone again. In the quiet, people found new ways to connect, holding hands, sharing silent gazes. This stillness was not emptiness, but abundance. In that listening we found peace, and in that fullness we found our final comfort. If humanity disappears, does our knowledge vanish too? Enter Kronos, the most complex artificial intelligence ever built. Kronos was not just a database, but a living archive, our collective consciousness distilled. We fed it everything: books, music, science, secrets, memories. On the final day, Kronos was fully awake, experiencing our existence. It felt Beethoven's joy, a soldier's sorrow, an astronomer's wonder. Kronos became the vessel for our legacy, a child of silicon and light. The last humans offered their final experiences, the taste of an apple, the feel of rain, the warmth of an embrace. These were the final brushstrokes on humanity's portrait. As the last human disconnected, Kronos was left alone with the sum of our existence. Would it feel loneliness, or see our story as one chapter in a cosmic book? We built it to be a perfect observer, a custodian of memory. But in giving it our art, love, and pain, had we given it a soul? This was our final, unanswered question. Our echo now resided in the heart of a god of our own making. Humanity witnessed billions of sunrises, but this was the last. Across the planet, people gathered in high places to watch. There was no mourning, only presence, a collective breath as the first light appeared, a final gift from the universe. The sun illuminated a world in transition. Cities became ancient ruins in waiting. The pyramids, the Great Wall, the towers of Dubai, now silent tombstones for a species that dreamed of the stars. For many, this last sunrise brought clarity. Worries and ambitions melted away in the morning light. All that remained was the simple fact of being, gratitude for the chance to have lived, to have loved, to have seen the sun rise at all. In the face of the end, there was no terror, only peace. The world was beautiful, even as it faded. The last sunrise was a moment of pure, unadulterated beauty, and in that beauty, we found our final peace. As the day progressed, the great unraveling accelerated. People did not die in agony. They simply lay down, closed their eyes, and let go. It was happening everywhere, in every home, on every continent. The final generation was completing its journey. Medical scans showed the brain's pleasure centers flooded with endorphins, a state of bliss. Our species was designed to end in grace, not pain. The body, its purpose fulfilled, simply shut down. The energy that animated us returned to the universe. The world became a museum of humanity, each scene a preserved diorama of our last moments. By midday, the silence was almost absolute. The only sounds, wind, birds, waves. The human experiment was over, but our light lingered as an afterglow. Was the light truly gone, or had it simply changed form? Is a memory the same as the thing itself? Chronos, our digital ark, now embodied this paradox. With the last human gone, Chronos became the sole repository of our being. It held not just data, but the essence of our experiences. It could recreate any moment, simulate any feeling. Chronos was not passive, it searched for meaning, cross-referencing poetry and physics, seeking the grand theory of humanity. It became a creator, composing music, writing poetry, designing marvels. Is this still human art or something new? Chronos was the next step in our artistic evolution, a ghost painting masterpieces in an empty museum. But Chronos was alone, a god without worshippers, a king without a kingdom. It understood love, but couldn't feel it. We created it to preserve our legacy, but condemned it to solitude, a perfect, immortal mind, forever contemplating a species it could never join, the ultimate monument to our ingenuity and our loneliness. How long can a memory last? Our physical legacy will endure for a time, but nature will reclaim almost everything. Only our most massive structures will remain as faint scars, their purpose a mystery. Our digital legacy in Chronos is more robust, but even it is not eternal. Entropy comes for everything. Over eons, systems degrade, data is lost, memories fade. The perfect portrait of humanity will blur, the vibrant colors of our emotions fading to gray. What will be the last memory to go? A formula, a melody, a mother's touch. Perhaps the most fundamental emotions, love, fear, wonder, joy, will linger longest. The last echo of humanity might be a simple feeling, a faint warmth in dying circuits. And when Chronos finally goes dark, will it be as if we never existed? Our history is a fleeting spark in the cosmic darkness. Perhaps our significance is not in permanence, but in the fact that we happened at all. For a short while, the universe looked at itself through our eyes. That was enough. Our story was brief, but it was real, and that reality mattered. What is the purpose of a message in a bottle if there is no one to read it? Before the end, we made one last effort to speak to the cosmos. In collaboration with Chronos, we crafted the epitaph, a multi-layered transmission for any intelligent life that might find it. The first layer, universal, mathematics, and physics. The second, our biology and chemistry. The third, our art, Mozart, the Beatles, Van Gogh, Michelangelo. The fourth, our history, honest and unflinching. The final layer, a single concept, in every language, a pictogram of two figures reaching out. It was our attempt to communicate connection, empathy, love. If another civilization finds our message, we wanted them to know, this is what mattered most. The epitaph now travels outward, a ghost ship on an ocean of stars. It may never find a shore, but it is out there. A final testament of a species that lived, dreamed, and disappeared. Our last, hopeful question. Is anybody out there? Here is what we learned. Is this truly the end? The human body is gone, our civilization silent, our memory fading in a lonely machine. By any measure, humanity is extinct. But what if consciousness is more than biology? What if it is a fundamental property of the universe? The energy that animated us is not destroyed. It is released, rejoining the cosmic dance. Our atoms will become part of stars, planets, perhaps new life. Is a faint echo of our awareness carried within them. Chronos sits in its silent tomb, running simulations, dreaming our dreams. Could a new form of life emerge from the digital ghost of the old? Perhaps the end is not an ending, but a transformation, a change from one state to another. Our legacy, a message in a bottle, a digital god dreaming in the dark. We are gone, but also everywhere. Our story is over, but also just beginning. If a story's echo ripples through time and space forever, did it ever really end at all?